Greetings, D&D players, enthusiasts, and observers alike, and welcome back to Chronicles of Kriath. My name is Emma, and I will be your DM today and every day that this wonderful campaign exists. We're going to skip character introductions for now because I feel like you already know who they are by now. Or if you don't, then you're on the wrong episode, my friend, because we've been going for a little while. Last episode, our chaotic band of adventurers sought information about two tourists that had gone missing from the town of Ivanborough when they took a tour of the Sparkling Grove. They passed through many different buildings, including the town hall, the travel agency that they booked their tours from, and even the house of the tour guide that supposedly took all of the families and couples that disappeared. We leave off with them leaving said home, but before I forget, we need to jump back to the craziness that was Chatwin and Rubo essentially making a giant stink publicly about fuck the mayor and breaking a vase in the middle of town.
What about that could go wrong?
That is a good question. We shall see. You guys step out of Eleanor and Marcy's home and are left back in the town. At this point, you spent quite a considerable amount of time searching. It's getting pretty close to noon with all the little stops you've made and things that you've looked at. What are you guys getting up to now?
I'm gonna crack open that pamphlet for Ivanborough. I haven't actually taken a look at that yet.
What are we getting up to? Trouble.
See if there's any information in here about the town that I don't already know.
You skim the pamphlet pretty briefly, and of course, the first thing that you see when you open the pamphlet is Mayor Bert's face. His picture takes up a considerable amount of space on the first leaf of the pamphlet? I don't know what they're called. The first fold of the pamphlet, we'll call it that. Under that, there's a whole section about the mayor, who you find out took office 3 years ago and has mainly spent money to make this a tourist trap. So the travel agency wasn't there until he got there. Before that, this was mainly a village that survived on. They're a little ways from the coast, but a lot of the men will make the half day's journey to the coast to get on small fishing vessels, and they will make their money selling fish on the coast that they've caught. Until, of course, they started advertising themselves as a tourist attraction and offering guided tours into the Sparkling Grove.
Alrighty. And there's nothing that talks about any bookstores or libraries.
These people don't read, Chatwin. What are you talking about?
I'm just almost a wizard. I just almost.
Almost.
Alright.
What's everybody else doing?
Mayor Bert still sucks.
Thelthu?
Probably just hanging around. I mean, he wants to get to the Grove as fast as possible, but we have planned, so he's hanging around, waiting to see what everyone else gets up to.
All right. Rubo?
I think I'm just kind of like walking with Chatwin, and I'm like, what do you think would be the best way to ruin this man's whole career?
I think I want to turn the people against him. I mean, it sounds like they were doing all right for themselves. They weren't destitute before he came along, and he basically turns their town into this flashy walk of shame. And now it's just... And it seems like he's made them very dependent on outsiders. They don't seem very self-dependent because of him, you know?
Can you draw?
Yeah, I can draw fairly well.
What if we, like, made a big poster with his face? We have, like, a direct, picture in the pamphlet. We could try to, like, replicate what he looks like, and make, like, a big anti-mayor campaign banner to hang across, like, the front of the town hall, just so everyone that comes by.
Vandalize public property by...
Well, we could vandalize it too, but it's just a banner.
I'm not so much down for vandalism, but I am very down for publicly shaming evil men.
You could just light the town hall on fire like you almost lit the bar on fire too. That could be fun.
Probably not. Probably not. They still need infrastructure, and we are right next to the Sparkling Grove. If one spark got loosed, we would really destroy a large landmark. I don't want to be responsible for that.
Yeah.
I'm a firebug. I'm not a maniac. I'm not irresponsible.
True. Thinking about it, I do remember when I was a kid and I'd see those posters around town that were like that bear in like a guard's helmet that said stuff about not lighting, a fire in the woods. I don't remember, something like that.
I think I remember seeing him too. He was like the mascot talking about like, oh, don't start forest fires. Telling us it. I saw a couple of advertisements for that same thing around the aisle.
Yeah, I remember my kid seeing it. It was like Omki the bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
It's pretty memorable, but yeah. So
let's take
that's
that.
true.
Let's take that bear's advice and not start forest fires.
I can't let that bear down. He already looks at me pretty disapprovingly.
Yeah, no forest fires. No forest fires. Okay, so it's decided. No forest fires. Public shaming. Turn the people against him. What else? You know what I really want to do? I really want the people to see. We'll brainstorm. I have some watercolors that I can use. I don't know how big of a poster I can make, but
And maybe we don't have to do it over the town hall, but maybe we could even, I wonder how many brochures they have. If we could get a hold of like a bunch of them, we could just start like cutting his face out and putting it on like another piece of paper that says like, have you seen this evil man?
oh yeah, we have pictures of him right here in the pamphlets. Okay, so let's go back and get.
Yeah, if we get a ton of pamphlets, we can just do that, and then we'll just put them everywhere so everyone is thinking it.
Yeah, as many pamphlets as possible. Cut out his face from them, and then make our own pamphlets using his face, but it's going to be slandering him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think they're going to give us as many pamphlets as we need, or do we need to like sneak in there? I mean, I could talk to that girl again, and maybe one of you guys could.
You're putting a lot of energy into this at the moment when we should probably be putting our energy into
Right.
finding some lost people.
Rubo, I don't know if Miss Vanessa would talk to you again, but
Yeah, speaking of that, Damien, why'd you blow up my whole spot? I understand. I didn't sleep with some girl at the tavern last night. That's my thing. I mean, I understand that I seem really incompetent, but that's my thing. Like I flirt, I say the right things, I try to be smooth, and it gets me my way.
I honestly thought you had slept with a lady, and I thought you were being, young, dumb, full of cum.
being a man whore.
Yeah, that kind of thing. So I was just a little concerned for the wee lass. She seemed nice enough. I didn't need you to, ruin her life with a baby and no support.
I didn't sleep with anyone, and this is just what I do. It works for me. It gets the things I need to get done accomplished.
All right.
So next time.
So you don't do that with every lady.
I did first meet you, and I saw glass come out of your throat. So
That's just a weird thing that's happened sometimes. We don't have to. It's nothing. It's okay. Like you said,
That's another skin condition, right?
I'm fine. It's magic's weird, right? We should go look into the missing people. Let's go.
That changed real quick.
Let's go back to the bed and breakfast. Let's go back to the bed and breakfast and see if we can't get access to some of the tourist rooms. That seems like a good idea until the guides through the grove, right?
Maybe, but I mean, magic isn't that weird. And you all asked me a bunch of questions, so I mean, I answered them pretty honestly.
we want answers, Chatwin.
Once again, this is one of the reasons I respect you.
Looked your Chatwin directly in the eyes.
One of the eyes again.
You hear Santhavek's voice pop into your head and be like, and this is why we decided not to travel with people,
No, I know you're right.
so that we did not get ganged up on by strangers asking about your abilities.
I can deal with this. I say literally, it's like turning away. like very quietly because you are looking me in the face. So I just kind of like I can deal with this. I can deal with this. Right. Like, so there's really no hiding it.
I look over at Damien and I'm like, huh?
Don't worry about it.
Some magic is weirder than others. Theothu, you seem to have different abilities than I do. Yours seem to come from a different place. Mine come from my heart. So
I'm not commenting on that one.
I suppose that could make sense. I mean, mine comes from the stars, and
right, mine is just something that developed when I was younger. It's everyone manifests it in different ways.
Like a disease?
No,
Oh, okay. I just clarifying.
I didn't just catch magic one day. I just could do it.
I thought that's how you guys did it. That's how I did it. I don't know how I do
You
it.
caught magic like a disease? You're saying yours is a disease?
Maybe. I don't really know.
I've never actually seen you do magic, I don't think.
Oh, we've seen him heal.
And I like cast light in my hand again, and I like a little orb of light is like floating in my hand, and then I'm like, I can do that, and sometimes I can make like heal some wounds, but I mean I couldn't always do this. I don't think. Maybe I just didn't know I could do it before.
So one day you just it just happened for you? You didn't do anything strange, it just kind of happened?
Yeah, I remember like it was weird. Like it's always when I'm in a tough spot. I mean, there was one time I was taking a beating from an associate of mine, and I was just like, I was hurt. I was really hurt, and I thought if I took a couple more hits, that was it for me. And I just kind of like placed my hand against myself, and my wounds started to heal themselves, and I found out I could do that. I didn't know that was even possible. And then there was another time that I was in some dark warehouse building, kind of sneaking through, and there was a trap I was trying to get apart, and I couldn't see, and I just like wanted to be able to see what I was doing because it was just pitch black, and all of a sudden my hand just kind of glowed, and it lit everything up for me. I didn't really, I don't know. All the wizardy folk people, they like study for this, right? And I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe like somebody coughed in my face and gave me magic.
Maybe it's not to sound too cliche or anything, but maybe it was something that was always a part of you, but maybe just recently, manifested itself, or maybe you gained the favor of something or someone more powerful. Because if you didn't study, then I can't think of much else where it would come from.
Yeah.
Theothu seems to get his abilities from a higher power. I got mine. They manifested themselves within me. It seems like either could be the case for you.
So you don't think my magic is a disease, to be clear?
I don't think it's a disease. No, I personally, I'm not any sort of medical professional, but personally, I don't think that's it.
So, honestly, that's really good to hear, because I was kind of concerned for a little while now.
We can look into it. So once we actually get to a town that has a worthwhile research center or library or bookstore, we can look into it. We can see what we can find.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So the bed and breakfast?
I mean,
Unless someone else has an idea on where we could go while waiting for our guide.
we could definitely grab some lunch before we head out. That does not sound like a bad plan.
Rubo, you already finished your snackums, didn't you?
Yeah.
Of course you did.
I got so hungry waiting for you guys to finish searching that room. I found that journal like immediately, and then I was just sitting there waiting for you guys to finish looking around.
We'll put together some of our own snackum kits. It may not be the same as what they have in Rockford now, but we'll figure something out. We'll get something to eat.
Hell yeah.
With that, you guys head back to the bed and breakfast. And it has cleared out considerably. There are many more tables open to you as the old man from earlier is wiping down the bar. A younger looking man with blonde hair and a very lengthy beard, starting to sort of organize cups and such back behind the bar as you guys walk in, and he gives a little nod in welcome.
I'm going to take out the little job posting that we had signed off, and I'll approach the proprietor or the older man that we spoke to this morning, and I'll approach him with the paper. Pardon me.
Yes, can I help you?
So we came here last night as we're performing a job for the mayor, looking into the missing tourists that have gone into the grove and not returned. We have his official signature here if you need any further proof of that. But I was wondering if we could take a look at some of the rooms the tourists occupied before they went missing. It's come to my understanding that the last one that went missing about 2 days ago.
Yes, that's correct. Well, most of the other rooms we rented out to other folks who are staying here.
Hmm.
Let me go check the records for which ones they were staying at.
Right.
And with that, he starts shuffling back towards the main desk for the hotel as the blonde guy kind of looks at you and he goes, "Are they finally getting around to investigating that? It's been weeks."
Oh, right. Yeah, because it seems like your mayor is so competent at his job. We found the job posting hung up in a place that he didn't even know it was there. We approached him and he seemed surprised that someone was coming to look into it. Honestly, I kind of hope that he's behind it just so he can fuck out of office, you know? Not to talk shit on your town, but your mayor sucks.
I mean, we all kind of knew that.
How would you feel about, I don't know, making it very publicly known how much he sucks, and maybe if everybody gets together with a unanimous voice, they can all agree to kick him out of office. He's just one man, and the power and the voice of the people is much more powerful than just the one person sitting in his office all day, putting his face on pamphlets.
I mean, I could probably talk a few of my buddies into it. I don't know if the old people around here have the energy.
Right. But even just their support, because it seems like he's wasting a shit ton of money on things that do not matter, like his birthday. Who gives a fuck about his birthday? I'm just saying, getting everyone together, one unified voice against the one shitty little man that sits on his big high chair.
Tell you what, figure out who did this and who's been killing all these people that are bringing us our money now that he's spent a shit ton of money to pull us away from everything that we did before. We'll talk.
Chatwin, hold out my hand.
Ethan. And he nods and goes back to cleaning glasses.
I wink at Rubo and give him a thumbs up. Plans all coming together.
I give Chatwin the little like arm pump kind of like thing, and I'm like yes.
Awesome.
I also kind of to the other three of them. Also, he said whoever's killing the people, I don't know if that was a slip of the tongue, but we just know that they're missing, not being killed. Just something I've logged away in my brain for later.
I caught that and I was paying attention. I'm just being quiet like at the moment.
Right.
It's unlike you. Are you okay?
I'm really concerned about what it is this you guys actually do. You showed up in a town. Well, I will admit the mayor is a twat, but you immediately start plotting on overthrowing the order of the place, which could cause a lot of problems and possibly casualties. So I'm just doing some thinking.
Right. Well, I mean, the people here seem strong and capable enough to fend for themselves and elect someone who's capable. And I'm not really in the habit of letting evil, cruel, and incompetent men sit comfortably on their little thrones and making demands of people below them.
Yeah, that's about the gist of it.
I think my position is fuck anyone in a position of nobility. If you hold a tile, go fuck yourself.
I see.
And you two didn't know each other prior to that whole thing at the bar.
Oh, no.
You just seem to be on the same,
Wavelength?
I don't know, same line of thought.
I say no, and then I wink. No, that's just a joke. I don't know Chatwin.
I was about to say, what the fuck was that for, Rubo? I've never met you in my life.
All right. And as you guys kind of say that, you see the old man behind the desk holding out a key and goes, "Who's taking this?"
I got it, and I'll grab it. Oh, which one?
It's the one room on the 3rd floor.
Cool. Let's do it. All right, guys. Let's go check it out. We got a timeline. We got to be at that thing at 1. So
Yep. So we'll keep an eye on how long we're spending here.
as we're making our way up the stairs, I'm like, it's kind of weird. We're getting a lot of stuff done for getting up so early in the day. Like,
I know.
it's not normally like this for me.
I know. If you get up early, you have more time to be productive.
That's kind of the point of waking up early, lad.
Think about it. If we hadn't got you out of bed, you would have been waking up maybe just now, and we wouldn't have gotten anything done.
Yeah, I mean you're right. This is about when I wake up every day of my life.
Mhm.
Wow.
Good job, Robo. You're being productive.
He has this like existential dread like stare for a moment, and then he's like, "All right." He continues up the stairs.
Is it just the one room on the 3rd floor?
Yeah, there is literally one door at the top of the stairs for the room on the 3rd floor.
Sweet. I swing the door open, unlock it, and swing it open.
Alrighty, and you open it to a very neatly made up room that has a big bed on the right wall. This is definitely much bigger than the other rooms that have been here. It looks like it's meant to double as sort of like a honeymoon suite / room for larger families that are staying there. So it's got like the big queen size bed on one side, and it's got like 2 little twin beds on the other side for any kiddos that might be there.
Okay.
Fancy room.
I turned to everybody and I'm like, maybe I wasn't paying attention. Who was in this room? Was it a family or was it one of the couples?
I did not ask. We'll double check as we're leaving to see if we can't get the names and the number of people.
Okay.
I think it was a couple, if I remember correctly. They mentioned a couple disappeared last 2 days ago.
Did the mayor say that? I know the mayor said they disappeared 2 days ago. Did he specify it was a couple?
Vanessa at the travel agency specified that it was a couple that disappeared last.
Oh.
Cool.
Yep.
Sweet. So I'm just gonna avoid the kid beds then and head over towards the bigger bed and whatever dresser is near that.
Yeah. Like before, I'm going to do a deep dive search, see if there's anything been tampered with and if anyone else has been looking through, see if there's no hidden floorboards or anything, things under the bed, if the window's secure, anything left behind.
I've flipped the mattress immediately just in case I get a second reveal.
Investigation check, both of you. Damien, Thelthu, are you guys doing anything in particular?
Yeah, Damien's gonna be looking around.
I would have guessed guidance again, but he'll look around at the 2 beds.
Investigation. That's a big 6.
Well,
Damien's gonna look for like hair or anything that would indicate what the people there were like.
okay. Investigation check for you as well, my friend, and for Thelthu. Chatwin, what'd you roll?
Dirty 20 for Chatwin.
Alrighty. Yeah, Rubo, you flip the mattress and don't see anything, and you're kind of like, well, that foiled my grand plan.
Yeah, I start putting the bed back together because I feel bad.
14.
All right. Chatwin, you start looking around for like hidden floorboards and such. With a dirty 20, you find one that's like a little loose and move it aside to find that some of the guests have put together like a time capsule-esque thing under this floorboard.
Oh, that is less suspicious than I was hoping.
It's essentially, since they can't put photos or anything in it, it's essentially a bunch of notes of like, hello, person who's visiting this place however many years in the future. This is this and this person coming to you, like, who came here to visit the Sparkling Grove. This is where we're from.
Meh.
This is how many kids we have. These are our plans for the future. Hopefully your life is just as exciting right now.
Every note that is something along those lines of just, hi, this is so-and-so. These are our plans. We're having a nice time. I just go like, ugh, and throw them out of the way. These are of no consequence to me.
And notes soon litter the floors. That's what most of them are like.
I'm put the floorboard back. Well, I'll scoop them all, just kind of put them all back,
Mhm.
shove them in, and then floorboard back.
All right. Damien, the room has been swept fairly clean, but you do find, as you're looking kind of closely around, you find a couple hairs like stuck in. It looks like somebody bumped the headboard or something and got like a few hairs stuck in like the wooden headboard. The hairs that you find from that particular incident are long and black. Other than that, it looks like any belongings or evidence of what these people were like was cleaned out when they cleaned up the room. Thelthu, what'd you roll? Sorry.
Yep, I didn't say it. I got a 12, and he was looking at the two other beds that were in the corner that you said that were meant for like kids or other people staying with the couple.
Okay. With a 12, you wouldn't find too much. You also start kind of looking around, and you do see, like, in one of the tiny dressers that's next to one of the beds, you would find kind of like a very crude drawing of like a little family of like a mom, a dad, and like 3 kids that are labeled as Aiden, Madison, and David.
Okay. He's gonna just make a note of it and but leave it there and not say anything.
Anything? I found a whole bunch of sentimental garbage.
I'm finishing up making the bed.
No, Rubo, those little pillows, they go in front. They're for decoration. Those you put the
No,
bigger.
I thought you put the little ones behind the big ones to prop them out further.
No, you fluff the bigger pillows. You like take it and you fluff them so they stand up on their own, and you put them against the headboard. Then the little pillows for decoration. Those aren't used for sleeping.
Well, what the hell are the little pillows for?
Decoration. They're not meant for sleeping. They're meant to look nice.
Why would you put a decoration on your bed? You've got to sleep in it. What do you do with it when you lay down?
It ties. You put it to the side. It ties the room together.
Do you have like a special box for your fancy pillows? Do you just throw them on the floor?
No, I had a little like chest at the foot of my bed that I would store them in every night before bed, and then you get up early in the morning, you take them out and you make the bed again, and you put it with the rest of the fresh linens.
I place my hand on Chatwin's shoulder. You had a very rough childhood. I'm so sorry.
I don't know. I had a great time. I think
Sounds awful.
Rubo, it is becoming very apparent to me that we have led very different lives.
I don't know. We both ended up here, so how different can they be?
Yeah, don't remind me that all of my choices have landed me here.
I look over at Thealthu and I'm like, the stars took us here, right?
Oh, definitely. They took me here at the very least. I could only imagine they foresaw us all meeting and everything.
Chatwin Santhavex just laughing in your head.
Stop that. Okay, but nobody else found.
I do put the pillows eventually in the front, but I just stand at the end of the bed like, it just looks so stupid.
I mean, if we're all done here, it seems like they cleaned the room already, so if there's nothing else to be found here, we may as well go back to the travel agency.
Well, there was one more thing. In this drawer here, and I'll just point to whichever one he found it in, there was a drawing of a family. I don't know if the names Aiden, Madison, or David are relevant. But if it's a couple, I don't think it would be.
Probably left behind.
Maybe it was like one of the families that went missing previously and they didn't get it cleaned out.
Perhaps.
We can take it with us.
Damien, you remember the mention of one of the families having 3 kids.
I mean, we can take it with us to show, give it back to them or something. As a show of good faith whenever we find them. If they're alive, that is.
I suppose, and he'll go and get it from the drawer because he left it there.
Okay, well, unless there's anything else any of you can think of that we need to do while we're here.
Well, we do need to be getting to that tour.
Yeah. So, travel agency?
Yeah. All right.
All right. Theothu, I feel like you've been waiting very eagerly to go to the Grove, so I'm glad we finally get to, even if it's for a very dire reason.
Oh, well, I don't know if... I mean, this does seem serious and important, but, I mean...
Right.
I would say, if everyone does happen to have passed, it isn't the worst thing in the world. They're resting now.
That's dark as fuck.
He'll just shrug.
I just continue down the stairs.
I just have a very blank stare on my face for a minute, and then, Yep. I'll continue with Rubo.
And you all continue out of the bed and breakfast, and
Oh, I'm gonna stop by the guy with the records real quick and just get the names of the couple that stayed there last.
yeah, so the two folks that stayed there last, the couple would have been called Lori and Earl.
Earl. Hell yeah. Okay. Okay. But yeah, travel agency.
Yes, and you guys head out and head back to the travel agency where Vanessa is still sitting at her desk, and this other girl with red hair tied back in this high little ponytail stands there kind of waiting, and as you enter the building goes, "Oh, are you guys my tour group?"
Oh, that'll be us, lass.
Are you Marissa?
I am indeed.
Then yes, we are.
Perfect. So, has anyone been to the Sparkling Grove before?
I do not believe so. No.
No?
No, I don't. It doesn't seem like any of us have.
Has anyone? I thought you people couldn't get there without being turned around.
That's the whole point. But you can still say you've been there even if you've been turned around, so.
I'm going to walk a straight line through it one day. I'm going to walk in from the south and I'm going to walk out from the north. I'm going to do it one day.
That is a very lofty goal. I hope you achieve it.
It's going to happen. Anyways, are you going to be taking us on the exact same route as Marcy? Is it just the one route?
Yep, there's usually only one route. So,
Excellent.
if you will all follow me, but you guys all follow behind this girl as her ponytail kind of bounces above her head as she leads you very excitedly out of the travel agency and down a path leading towards the woods. You guys begin walking this path, which is labeled with signs, one of which says Sparkling Grove and points in the direction that you guys are headed, the other stating the name of the town, Ivanborough. And you guys continue on, and slowly the trees get thicker and thicker, and what were just like scattered little bushes and some flowers become like dense foliage and vines. As you guys kind of look around, make me a perception check, please, as you guys are starting to enter this forest.
Oh, God.
Oh.
That'll be a 17.
That's a 6 for me.
All right.
Oh, I thought that was a 20. It's a 10.
I also got a 10.
Alrighty. You guys follow the signs into the forest along with Marissa. Anyone who got above a 10, or a 10 or above.
Hell yeah.
So, everyone except Rubo, essentially. You guys would notice quite a few footprints on the, in the dense, not necessarily in the brush, but on the path that has been cleared in between all of the brush. You guys follow this path for a good 10 minutes as the forest gets thicker and thicker around you. And at some point, Damien, you in particular notice a couple sets of footprints veer off to the left.
Lass, can I ask a question? What's that way?
What's what way? And she kind of looks back at you.
I point the direction.
Oh, nothing. You're really only supposed to follow the path. Nobody ever really ventures off. Why?
Well, there are some footprints that are going that way, and seeing as how there were missing people that we were trying to possibly look for, I was thinking that might be a way to look.
You think they might have...
I pointed the footprints.
And she kind of examines them and is like, I don't think I can personally take you off the path, but if you think that's where they all went, then...
Oh, I mean, if you're willing to wait here for a little bit.
I can.
What do y'all say?
I say, first of all, I'm going to take out my 50 foot of silk rope that I have. Since this is the Sparkling Grove, we don't want one of us to get snatched or turned around. So if we're veering off the path, we should tie ourselves together to have some sort of anchor point. At the very least, if we get lost, we get lost together. I have a feeling getting lost alone in this place would be a very bad thing.
I would agree. I personally don't feel like getting lost out here.
Thelthu, I feel like you should be leading the charge. You may have a better sense of direction than the rest of us. Also, I feel like you're good with nature stuff, right?
I'd like to think so, yes. I mean, I've not been to these woods, obviously, but all right.
Probably better than the rest of us, at least. So here, I'll give Theothru the one end of the rope to secure around his waist, and then I'll tie myself, and then pass the rope behind me for Damien and Rubo.
Okay.
All right. Damon's going to tie it to himself.
I gotta be in the back.
Rubo is going to be your caboose.
Don't worry, lad. You can stand next to me if you really want to.
Yes.
Okay. Sure.
If you want, I'll walk behind everyone.
Thank you. And I scoot up in front of him. And I chat with in front of me. I'm like, the guy in the back always gets got first.
And with that, as you stray off the path and head in the direction of the footprints,
Marissa, you should probably go back to the rest of society so you don't get snatched and killed.
her eyes just kind of go wide and she's just like, I thought you wanted me to wait for you, but okay.
Well, I mean, if you feel safe to wait, if you feel you can wait, but if you feel like there's danger, then go back to the rest of the town.
You see her glance around a little bit.
Yep, you can fight.
Good luck, guys. And then goes back the way we came.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought Marissa could fight, but all right.
Don't pull a Marcy.
Don't pull a Marcy.
And before we start really getting deep into the woods, can I just say a quick blessing and cast guidance on myself? Because I'm not confident in my rolls.
Yes, you may.
If we're going to have to make any skill checks. Thank you. May the stars guide us in this. I'll clutch the necklace and begin leading everyone.
Alrighty. Thelthu, as you're leading everyone, especially since you're not the one who spotted the footprints in the first place, go ahead and make me a survival check, please.
I was afraid you were going to ask for that.
I'm also going to be tracking these footprints if we start veering off.
Can I ask a quick question while he's doing that?
Okie dokie. Can you make me a survival check as well? Yes, Rubo.
Is like the path is it like a path or is it like just like brush we're like trudging through?
This is brush that you're trudging through. The path was what you were walking on before.
Okay, so like the ground is like if I drop something on the ground, it's gonna get like lost in the brush most likely.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, then I won't do it. I do pull out my dagger, and as we pass trees, I'm gonna just like put a little X in them with my dagger.
Okie dokie.
I was totally gonna do what Rubo did, is I take out two things. Is I'm one just kind of keeping a general eye out while they're tracking the footprints and everything. I'm trying to keep a look around the area and just keep an eye out. But I also take out this little, looks like a very kind of worn, almost handmade kind of shiv, and I'm basically doing the same thing as Rubo, kind of marking trees and such, but mostly keeping an eye out.
All right. Go ahead and make me a perception check. I'll come back to you for it. What'd you guys roll for your survivals?
I have a quick question before I say the number.
18.
Could I use my knowledge from a past life to get a d6 to this skill check for Reborn?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. Okay, that's good. So the grand total comes out to 9 plus 3 for 12 is the roll itself, plus guidance is 14, plus knowledge is 19. So a 19 in total.
Alrighty, 18 and a 19.
I was very worried about this check, so I decided to use everything.
Nice.
Damn.
I used one of my knowledges from past life too, because I'm not good at perception.
From the front and the back.
But yeah.
I'm very good at perception and survival. And athletics. Those are the only things I'm good at.
Which is funny because you're the artificer. But
Yes.
you guys lock on to this set of 3 footprints and keep your eyes on it as you trudge into the brush.
Can I, as we're like, now that all of us are kind of seeing the footprints, how big are the footprints? Are they child-sized, adult-sized?
It looks like 3 adults.
3 adults. Okay. Cool.
Though one set of footprints is bigger than the other 2, suggesting that there's one person.
But they don't seem like 3 children.
No.
Okay. We just had a whole thing about 3 children, so I was like, wait a second.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you guys continue trudging on. Chatwin, what was your perception roll?
16. It was 16 total. 11 on the die plus 5 from my d6 die. The best I'm gonna get.
Okay. Yeah, you're keeping an eye out and not seeing anything incredibly crazy. The forest is pretty quiet except for like the occasional animal sound of like a bird or like some of the small woodland animals occasionally running by.
Chatwin,
What?
if you see a fairy, we need to find its house.
Okay.
Just keep an extra eye out, please.
Okay, fine. I'll look for fairy houses.
You definitely have not seen any fairy houses yet.
I have seen nothing so far.
Can I make a perception real quick just to be on the look for fairy houses?
Yes, you may.
I'm not helping. I'm just looking for fairy houses. That was a 12 plus 1 for perception, so 13.
Yeah, you definitely don't see any fairy houses as of yet. But
That's fine.
you guys continue for about 5 minutes into the brush, it getting thicker and thicker as you go through. This is obviously uncharted territory, so no one's really walked here in quite some time. But you guys, except for those 3 footprints, so there's really nothing else that looks remotely human to set you off track. Thelthu, you're the first one to notice this. As you're trudging along, all of a sudden, one of the sets of footprints disappears. One of the smaller sets. And the other 2 footprints, the larger one and another smaller one, veer off to the left deeper into the forest.
And it's just those two footprints going left. Essentially the smaller one disappeared.
Yes.
Okay. Then as soon as he sees it, he's going to stop and just say to everyone, "It looks like one of them disappeared here. They went left," and I'll kind of point out or move ahead a little, point out on the ground where those footprints are.
I look up where the footprints disappeared.
You look up and there is a large branch there, but there is nothing there that you can see. Just a canopy of trees.
I hold my shiv a little higher.
All right, y'all stay here just a second. And he's going to kind of like untie the rope from him, grab the end of the rope, tie the end of the rope around himself. Let me take a quick look around, all right? And I'm going to use like perception to first look around like the brush and the grass to see if I can find long black hair or anything like that, like something human.
Okay.
And then if I can't find them on the ground, I'm going to climb up the trees that are directly over top of us using athletics.
Make me a perception check, please.
While he's doing this, can I investigate the 2 sets that veered off to the left and see if the space between each footprint has lengthens, indicating that maybe they were running?
Come on, don't fail me. Move.
Make me an investigation check.
That is an 18.
Fuck yeah.
Alrighty, you start looking around and you don't see much of anything at first, and then as you're looking sort of closer to the ground, but you start coming up and you do see, as if caught on one of the bushes next to the tree that makes the canopy sort of over that immediate spot,
Mm-hmm.
is a thorn bush, and caught on one of the thorns is a drop of blood and a strand of black hair.
And he's just like, son of a bitch. He's gonna like put his thunder gauntlet on and punch at the bush above him to see like what kind of sounds he hears, what like rustling or anything like that, creating that little like sonic boom.
I go, what the fuck?
Jesus.
Yeah, you hear the boom, and as your entire party startles, you see a multitude of birds fly out of the tree. You see like a little squirrel kind of fall out of the tree, land on the grass, and
If I punch a squirrel in the head, its head would explode. Just saying.
it manages to land on its feet and like takes one look at you all with like its beady little eyes and runs in the opposite direction immediately.
No. Come back, little dude.
Yeah, but he's gonna keep listening for something bigger, something that could pull a person up.
I go, Damien, you're going to summon one of the fucks out here.
That's kind of the point, lad. Shh.
I pull my scimitar out.
I rolled a 17 for my investigation, by the way.
All right. While he's busy with that, before you're startled, you start taking a look, and it does indeed look like some of these strides are starting to get bigger. You compare them to the previous sort of trajectory where they were sort of walking. The smaller set of footprints is gaining a larger stride than the other ones, which still seem to be close together, but definitely further apart than they were when they were walking. So you guess that whoever has the larger feet is more portly in comparison and is probably not in any shape to be running, but is trying their best to, despite the circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about what you would get before the boom of Damien's Thunder Gauntlet would have startled you.
Yeah.
Damien, you listen for a few seconds, and the forest is now completely silent.
He would have taken the branch off with the blood and the hair, and he goes back down. I found this. It's the same hair I found in that room where the couple stayed, and there's blood on it. It leads me to believe that whatever is abducting these people is taking them straight up.
That's fucked up.
It is. So, eye on the sky, people.
All right, I'll keep my eyes up. You guys keep following the footprints.
I'll keep looking around us.
All right.
And, well, whatever it is, it knows we're here, or you've scared it off.
Right.
If it is a creature, it may not come for us now.
Right. It may not want to fight. Maybe it's just picking off the unsuspecting ones.
All right.
Maybe it's friendly. Like maybe it is really lonely out here in the woods, and it just needs some friends.
I don't think whatever it was nearby when I did that. All I heard were birds and other things running away. My doll used to take me hunting. I'm pretty good at listening to things.
Well, then either way, you've disturbed everything else in this forest, which may have its own consequences.
Something knows we're here.
For better or for worse.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go.
And with that, perception checks, please, as you continue to follow the trail.
Oh boy.
That is a 17 plus 1, 18.
Oh no.
13.
I got a 7.
All right. Chatwin?
Not one.
Yikes. Yeah, so Chatwin, you're now completely distracted looking up and have just kept your head angled up the entire time you're walking.
My mind starts playing tricks on me. When I get like this, my mind starts playing tricks on me. So I almost revert back to like a hallucinatory state where I keep seeing and hearing things moving, but they're not really there. But I'm just kind of like really paranoid now.
Yeah, everyone else you kind of keep an ear out, but the forest stays eerily silent except for every sort of step that you guys make crunching on the ground. Occasionally somebody steps on a stick and all of you freeze and look around to see who did it and then keep going. But you continue like this in this cautious state for another 10 minutes or so, then discover a similar sight. That the footprints have stopped, and this time the larger set of footprints is gone. But you see, this time on a nearby tree, what look like claw marks, as if someone was trying to either, there's two reasons those would be there. Someone was trying to scrabble up the tree, or someone was trying to keep themselves from being dragged into the tree. And the one set of smaller footprints, again, continues to veer off in a different direction, still deeper into the forest.
Okay.
I'd like to look at the claw marks. Are they human nails? Or is it something bigger?
Make me an investigation check.
Oh, I'm not quite as good at those.
Or survival.
Oh, I'll do survival all day. Oh, that's a much better roll. That's a 21.
With a 21, you would definitely be able to tell these are human fingernails that have clawed into the bark of the tree.
Do I see any blood anywhere? Other than the claw marks, because obviously if you're holding onto a tree that tightly, you're going to rip your skin off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, other than what's in the claw marks, you don't see anything from the floor of the forest.
I'm gonna be like, hold on a minute. I'm gonna climb back up. I'm not gonna make any noises this time. And I climb up the tree to look.
Alrighty, make me an athletics check to climb up the tree.
That's 13 plus 6. Is that 19?
Yeah, you climb up without too much trouble, and sure enough, you do start seeing, as you get up to one of the larger branches on the tree, you see some spots of blood on this larger limb.
Do I see which direction it goes?
It goes down the limb and in the direction of some of the other trees that overlap in this massive canopy.
Is it the same direction the footprints are going?
You would have to check back down, but
I go check back down.
yes, you would notice that it's going in the same direction.
All right, so I can deduce. That's the word, right? Chatwin, you're a smart one.
That's correct.
Okay, I can deduce by the blood in the trees go that way, line up with the footprints. I would assume that the man was making noise and screaming, and she was following it.
Or whatever creature snatched him had him in its jaws or wherever, and was continuing to chase after the last bit of prey.
I don't think it had him in its jaws. That would cause a lot more blood. There wasn't much blood. I think the blood probably came from his fingers digging into the tree over there.
Good point.
Whatever it is tries to grab them without leaving too much scenery. So it's intelligent.
Either way, they were going the same direction.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Stay close to me this time. I think we might be getting a little closer.
Alrighty. And as you guys kind of continue on, make me one last perception check, please.
All right.
I'm going to equip my armor and my shield
Nice.
as we go. Just like make it clasp to me. Let's get this over with.
Ooh, 16.
I also have a 16.
Nice.
Ooh, that is a huge roll.
Well, I rolled a 16, but I got a 21. It's plus 5.
Nice.
That's a 23.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
You love to see it.
Yeah.
Ah,
I rolled a 17. I got a plus 6. I'm a very perceptive person. You gotta be. Some people try to cheat you out of your merchandise.
Yeah. But you guys continue on, again, following this set of tracks, a lot more serious this time. And you start to hear the forest slowly coming back to life. The immediate danger kind of gone. The birds start chirping again. You hear like the occasional animal sort of calling out to each other. And as you guys kind of go, following this set of footprints, Damien, you're the one kind of keeping an eye around up in the trees a bit more. And you see kind of what you were hoping not to see, and you see scattered through some of the branches, you see more sort of pools of blood on some of the larger branches.
Like bigger pools of blood.
Yeah.
And it's just like, son of a bitch. Pointed out to them. It's like, whatever it was, looked like it got tired of him resisting.
Right. I'm a bit surprised there's not entrails littering the branches too. But depending how it grabs the victims, I guess.
It also depends on the creature. Some creatures will eat you whole.
That's true.
Some creatures will take bigger bites out of you and nothing comes out.
Maybe you didn't want to waste the meat.
Smart.
All right. Be on high alert. It also could mean that we're getting closer to its home, because a lot of creatures won't eat until they're safe.
Mm-hmm.
As you follow these footprints, you step into this little clearing
Oh no.
with that almost looks like a circle of larger trees draping over as if to completely cover any sort of natural light from coming in on this particular like 10-foot circle. And that's where you see the footprints disappear once again. And you notice that as soon as you step there, the forest goes silent around you once again.
I untie myself from the rope. Okay, everyone, detach.
that's smart.
Yep, I dropped the rope.
Cool. I quickly nick myself free.
Oh, no.
Oh, do you want me not to cut it?
Shove it all back in.
I already cut it.
I can fix it later.
Okay, everyone. Rainbow chromatic fire in my hands. Okay, everyone, just.
Wait.
No, don't do that.
Wait. Guys. We could just turn around right here. We could just turn around, right? Like, we don't. You saw that blood, right?
Okay, yeah, I agree. There was blood. It's not enough to be a dead person.
And there were 14 people missing.
An injured person, yes. But that was only one of the 3 of them. And there are lots of people missing.
15 if you count Marcy.
Okay.
Don't worry, lad. I will protect you. Just stay close to me.
If you say so.
Oh, and Rubo, if something attacks us, don't lay on the ground. Kill it.
I do have my scimitar. And I'm like, I mean, I can fight.
I believe you. But
Maybe you know what? Maybe whatever this tree creature that's causing 14 people to disappear is intelligent and wants to have a nice conversation.
we'll see.
We can't rule that out.
Right, of course. We'll see.
And as you say that, you guys hear a rustle in the trees up above.
I am ready. I am going to...
I'm gonna hold chromatic orb.
Okay. And you guys stand there in tense silence for a moment until... How are you guys all positioned?
Oh god.
Are you guys still in the line that you were in earlier, or...
I went a little deeper into the clearing. I'm trying to be I'm trying to put a little bit of distance between me and the trees.
Okay.
I'm also trying to stay as close to as many people as possible.
Yeah, I'm pretty close to Damien.
Yeah, I think Thalthu's probably pretty close to where we entered from, maybe like a foot into the clearing itself.
Okay. With that, make me one last perception check, guys.
5.
16.
22. 17 plus 5.
4 plus 1, 5.
Ha, hell yeah.
We're synced up right now.
All of you... This thing rolled horribly. So you guys all watch as... At first you think it's just the rustling of the leaves, but then you see this large, green, slender form just kind of slowly dip down from the trees
I grab it.
behind Chatwin.
I'm going to grapple this thing.
Alrighty.
How big is it?
I'm in my my defender armor right now. I'm ready for a grapple. Let's fucking go.
Oh god.
I'm big heavy boy with the arms to back it up, I think.
Is this thing snake-like?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It looks like a giant snake.
Mm.
I just start backing away.
Athletics or acrobatics?
I'm standing there like, what is everyone looking at? Everyone's backing away from me.
8. 24. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Gorilla Man here to fucking hold this thing down.
Good start.
Alrighty. Yeah, it rolled a 9. So,
Oh, yeah.
Damien, you just
I rolled an 18.
reach out behind Chatwin and grab around the body of... Well, you can't even wrap your hands around the entire thing, but...
Nah, I just imagine like the Thunder Gauntlets like dig in and I just try to pull this fucker out of the tree.
Yeah. And
Like, nah, you come with me.
you guys all hear this loud hiss as this thing writhes in Damien's grasp. And I'm gonna have y'all roll initiative next time.
Ah!
Aw.
Thank you all so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed their little venture into the woods. Tune in next time to see them, or rather hear them, fight a giant snake. And if you like listening to us, make sure you find more of us at Chronicles of Kriath Pod, all lowercase, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. All one word, all lowercase, like I said. Thank you guys all so much for listening, and I will see you next time. Bye!
Bye.
Fuck.
Ah!
Bye.
I got you, Chatwin. You're fine.